I have a really interesting story about how I got here. Should I share it? Hi, my name is Brent Estabrook. I'm an LA artist and I passionately love creating. The simple reason why I decided to become an artist was I knew I wanted to spend my life pursuing my passion. I know it's a cliche to say, do the things you love, you never work a day in your life. Well, it's 100% the truth. So growing up, I was always the art kid. I loved doing art. I had a natural interest to it. And I grew up in a very small town in the States, and never did I believe I could become an artist. It's just nobody where I came from became an artist. And so I went off to college with the intention of becoming a dentist. And my reason for that was I wanted to become a rich dentist. And that was my, now looking back, very, what's the right word? For lack of a better word, very stupid reason to pursue something. And so I went to college, I went and talked to my pre-health advisor. I went to the University of Arizona. And I asked her, what courses do I need to take in order to get into dental school? And she asked me a question that changed my life. She goes, what do you enjoy doing? And I told her, I was like, well, I really like art. She goes, okay, well, take an art major and then you could take all your biology and chemistry on the side. You get to spend college doing what you love. And again, she changed my life. I started taking painting class. It was painting 101. It was pick acrylic paint or oil paint. I picked oil because I wanted to paint like the masters. And for all intents and purposes, I basically painted every single day of my life after that. The interesting part to this, the even more interesting part to the story is I eventually got into dental school. I went all the way through dental school. I graduated and said, screw this, I'm going to be an artist, and never worked a day of dentistry in my life. And I've been doing art as a career since 2014. Why I paint what I paint. I honestly used to be a little embarrassed to say this because it wasn't like the traditional art world answer, but honestly, at the basis of everything I paint, whether it's my stuffed animals, my crazy stuffed animals, my quilts, it's the basis of it is all happiness and playfulness, essentially. I get to spend my life almost like a kid does. I get to do what I love every single day of my life. So the basis of it is that, and I hope through that it inspires people to find that happiness and passion within their lives. My creative process, and I have trouble picking where to begin with that question, because what I'm finding, one of the real beauties of being a creative and the real gifts, is that I get to create whatever rules I want. And I shouldn't even put it that way. I get to live in a world where there are no rules. I get to create and I get to change my process at will whenever I feel like it, in the moment. And I know I get to I know the way I'll be creating now, my process now, even in, say, 6 months, is going to be almost 100% different than it is today. And I didn't realize this till pretty recently, but the way I pursue every single painting or creation in general that I do is I always approach it with a growth mindset of, okay, that last painting or sculpture was awesome. The journey and the adventure of it was amazing. Now, how do I go on this new, crazy, amazing adventure where I get to go through all the emotions, the elation, struggles, joy, all that stuff. So I'm always, any painting I approach, I'm always looking for growth within it. The reason I love oil paint is the beauty of the pigment and the beauty and aliveness of the texture that it can create. But I've always, I guess, associated bright, vivid colors with happiness. I don't know what I couldn't give you a definition of why I feel as if that's true, but I generally feel as if that's true, and I seem to have the general consensus is it's true. So I really love the stimulation of the beauty of color, and I can tell you one of the inspirations for these colors is one, I definitely am inspired from kind of childhood and all the different toys and Legos and all that. But really more importantly now, I love gardens and flowers, and I love the beauty of nature. And in some essence, I'm trying to recreate the beauty of nature, or I'm being inspired by it, because I don't believe you could ever truly recreate the full beauty of nature, the full beauty of flowers. But I definitely draw inspiration from that. My superpower is embracing change, change in my artistic practice and change in my life, realizing, and I believe every single human has this power, but we all have the power at any moment in our life to make a positive change. And that's been very impactful to me. I've come to realize and before I say this, I'd say, you know, thousands of artists have realized this way before me. So I don't think I'm uniquely special in this, but I realize the power of art and the power to make positive change in the world, and the importance of making positive change in the world, whether it's a little tiny bit or it's world changing. And I now see the potential of all this, and the potential of how big of positive shift I can make in the world. And I don't know exactly what that looks like at this moment, but I know I'm actively taking steps towards that. And I'm now believing and dreaming and seeing how big a positive shift I can make. And I kind of see that as my life purpose. So I have Smiles. Smiles the plushie launching in July back in Beverly Hills. We're doing a huge pop-up. It's a monumental event for me. It's my first real big pop-up. I have an amazing team. And Smiles is, I almost look at him as kind of my Mickey Mouse. He's my, I almost look at Smiles as myself. And Smiles is going to be put out in the world to kind of creatively inspire people to follow their creative passions in life, whether it's art, music, dance, food, marketing, whatever it be, right? And Smiles is the beginning. I actually started the brand Smiles and Friends because I want to grow an entire world. Like this next year will be Unican, which is about if you believe you can do something, you can. So Unican will be the next friend of Smiles that comes out. But it goes back to my philosophy of art and life, I guess, is Smiles will be one of my big vehicles, if you will, to make a lot of positive change in the world, to really inspire a lot of kids and honestly inspire adults to follow those passions in life.